Okay, so the script just says write a cold open. I mean, there's no cold open, I never wrote one. Just roll the title sequence. Major and minor chords aren't the only kinds of triads that we can build. We can also build augmented and diminished triads. However, unlike the major and minor chords, which signify the quality of the third, augmented and diminished chords signify the quality of the fifth. Let's look first at the augmented chord. The word augment means to expand, and that's a good way of thinking about this chord. Let's start with a major triad, say C, E, and G. There's a perfect fifth between the C and the G right now, but we want to augment it, and so we'll raise the G by a half step. That gives us C, E, and G sharp, which spells a C augmented chord. Interesting to note, the makeup of this chord is two major thirds stacked on top of each other. A major third from C to E, and another major third from E to G sharp. Even more interestingly, if we go up another major third, we've ended up back at C, an octave above. So what this tells us is that the augmented chord splits the octave evenly into thirds. Let's build one on F. So we have F, A, and C, that's our major chord. But now we need an augmented fifth between the F and the C, and that gives us F and C sharp. So an F augmented triad would be F, A, and C sharp. Now, on to diminished chords. To diminish means to make smaller. So we're going to take the fifth of the chord and make it smaller. Lower it by a half step. So with diminished chords, we're going to start with a minor chord. Perhaps we'll start on D. So we'd have D, F, and A, and that is our minor chord. But we need a diminished fifth between the first and the fifth. So that would give us D and A flat. So a D diminished chord is D, F, and A flat. Now, you'll notice that from D to A flat is a diminished fifth, which we would also call a tritone. And from this, we can also see that the diminished chord is two minor thirds stacked on top of each other. If we were to continue stacking minor thirds, we would eventually end up back at D, giving us D, F, A flat, and C flat. We would call this a D fully diminished 7 chord. And we'll talk about those in a later episode. However, I bring that up now to show that much like the augmented chord splits the octave evenly into thirds, the diminished chord evenly splits the octave into fourths. Here's a chart comparing the different triads that we've looked at so far. The major chord is a major third and then a minor third. The minor chord is a minor third and then a major third. The augmented chord is two major thirds stacked on top of each other, and the diminished chord is two minor thirds stacked on each other. The major and minor chords are called asymmetrical. However, the augmented and diminished chords are called symmetrical because they evenly divide the octave. Next time we're going to have even more fun, as we won't just have a first, a third, and a fifth, but we'll also have a seventh. Man, won't that be fun. Leave any questions you have in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this episode of 2-Minute Music Theory. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Also be sure to check out my other channel, Jesse Strickland Music, which is home of all of my compositions. And if you're the kind of person who uses social media, feel free to connect with me there.